Hello everybody, welcome back to Throttle Grotto. Today I was going to work on the suspension for the Rabbit, but I'm missing one of the suspension bushings, so I gave up, cleaned up the shop a little bit because it needed it. It was in pretty bad shape, put some stuff away. Decided that today I was going to start working on one of the door handles for the Datsun project. So I'm actually going to pull the door off, put it on the workbench because it'll be a lot easier to deal with. It's a little more accessible. So I'm going to pull the door off and then we'll get to work. Simple. Okay, first step is, since we're going to be welding, we need to get this glass off of here. So this might be a challenge, I don't know. It looks pretty rusted in place, but I'm going to give it a shot. Everything's held in with Phillips screws. Incredibly complex window regulator, right? All right, now we can turn our door over and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, so we have our door flipped back over. We're looking at the original chrome door handle here, and I don't like it. I don't like this door handle. I don't like the secondary hole that they put in here for the lock cylinder. And let's try to do something a little bit different with this car. You know, we talked about it's going to be a little bit of a custom thing. So I know you guys may have seen these hiding out in one of the episodes somewhere, laying in the car waiting for me to get around to doing this. So yes, this is a 90 through 94 Mazda Miata door handle. I know that there's going to be some people that are going to really be unhappy. One of them is probably named Ted, who he is the Datsun Meister in the area. He knows the correct angle of the fuel cap that it's supposed to be at when you put it on the car. So I'm sure people that are purists are going to, well, why are you changing that? These ones work just fine. It's like, well, because I can, and it's my car, and I saved it from the junkyard, and why not? So first thing we got to do is figure out where on the door we're going to put these. And conventional logic says probably the easiest place to put that is the area that already houses the door handle. So, and I kind of agree. I thought about putting them lower. I just don't think they're going to look right. And this car is so low to the ground anyway, you're going to have to reach down for the door handle, which I'm not a fan of. So one of the advantages of this is the door handle and lock and key mechanism are all contained in one unit, and so we can fill this hole in the door and just make it a little bit cleaner overall. And yes, these holes are going to stay because I am going to use the chrome trim on the door. I like the chrome. So first thing we should probably do is remove this old door handle so that I can start cutting a hole for the new one. So I probably should let it. Oh my gosh. I found everything that has fallen into this door over the years. Alright, I don't have high hopes that I'm going to get as lucky with these little tiny nuts and bolts as I did with the Phillips head screws. These are pretty rusty in here. That's unbelievable. Both of them came out. So this one was broken anyway. The old pot metal had cracked, so this door handle is pretty much worthless, but this piece right here is going to be important because this is what undoes the door latch. So we're definitely going to hang on to that, and I don't even know if anything on here is usable with that broken like that. Somebody may want the inner piece on there that bolts to the door. So let's save it, throw it in the bin of stuff I got to sort out at some point in my automotive career. Okay, so See if I can get me and the door in here. There we go. Alright. First thing I need to do is kind of make it just a quick template of about the area I'm going to cut out. Since for some strange reason the first one I did, the cardboard just didn't match the shape of what I drew out. I don't know why, so I'm just going to do another one. The other thing I should do before I cut this out is to make sure that my door handle itself is going to be level. Now, if we draw a line through the center of where these holes were, so we know that those are going to be level from the factory. So that we can come to here, and there. We know that those are straight. So then we can make sure that we have things straight on here. I can grab a tape measure. And that is 5 centimeter on that side, higher to the center line. Pretty much the same on that side. So, not quite sure how I did it, but first time I set it on there, I actually got it straight. So, that's probably all of my luck I've used up for today. This little guy is going to work a lot better for this job. Well, I don't know how I did it, but I really screwed this thing up. I've got a big hole here I'm going to have to fill. So the only way to do it is to work through it. So I'm just going to try to make this work. As you can see, this is not a quick process, and I'm still really frustrated with where I messed up this cut. So I'm just going to have to get some metal and fill it in. Both of this Datsun metal is so thin. I should measure a piece of it at some point, but it's probably 22 gauge, if anything, maybe 24. It's thin, and this Mazda metal is no thing. I mean, I'm dealing with really thin stuff here, so it's really easy to blow through and really easy to get it hot. So I'm a little downtrodden right now about how this door handle's going so far, but I'll keep working on it, and we'll see how it turns out. All right, everybody. So I plugged away on this for a while, and I wasn't proud of how my cutting skills turned out, but I guess I can be proud of how my finishing skills came out. Let you guys take a look here at the door handle. So I took the actual handle part out so I wouldn't gouge the crap out of it while I was kind of cleaning all this metal down. There's still some low spots, like right here. I'm definitely going to have to use filler. I don't think I can get in there with a dolly and a hammer and bring it up at all, but it's not going to be like, here's the lowest spot right here, and there's going to have to be some filler on it, but it's not terrible. I'm reasonably satisfied with how it turned out for really botching this side of the cut. So I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna grab some primer, shoot a little primer on this side of it, put the door back in the car for now. At some point I'm going to be pulling all the panels back off that car anyway, so I probably won't put the door on the car, but I'll put it in the car. I'll still need to make a little patch for this spot here, and I may just do that now while I have the door actually off the car, and I've got it up on the bench here ready to work on it. So that's going to be my next. That'll be my next project, is getting this little hole filled up. Hopefully I won't mess it up the same way I did this other stuff. So first thing will be make a template. Out of our good old French cardboard here. The nice thing about this piece is it'll be real easy to draw my template out. There should be no confusion about that piece of metal. So we may end up having to use a little bit of putty in there, but I think with some well-placed hammering, we get that little low spot to pop out of there, and then we can get her to come back down. This door needs a lot of work. There's little dents here and there, and some rust over here. It's a 45-year-old car, 47-year-old car, almost 50 years old now. So that's kind of where I'm at for today. I'm gonna shut the camera off and I'll start working on the other door, and I'll show you both of them when I'm done. Hey everybody, welcome back. So I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is that I was able to finish both the doors of the Datsun, both the driver's and the passenger side. The bad news is I'm going to have to split them up into 2 episodes. I know that you guys are probably slightly disappointed that I didn't get both doors into 1 episode, but truth be told, there was so much work involved in getting both the doors basically done that I decided to split up into 2 episodes. The first one will be this one you're watching, which is the passenger door. The second one, which will be next week, so you're going to have to wait a week, is going to be the driver's door. And one of the reasons I had to do the driver's door in a separate episode is because I found a huge dent in the center of the door, and part of the episode is actually devoted to working out that dent. The door handle, the Miata door handle installation went quicker and better on the second door, but I really wanted to break down and show you guys how I did the dent removal, because the dent, multiple dents in the door once I got all the Bondo off of it. So I didn't want to shortchange that process, and I wanted to show you guys how I got all the dents out of the door and got it back to being straight. So unfortunately you're going to have to wait a week to see that, but the good news is you'll be able to see it in a little more detail than me just like putting everything at like 20 speed to get it all into 1 episode. So that'll be next week's episode. I'm still waiting on some suspension parts for the Rabbit, so it's kind of a good thing anyway, and a lot of things going on, just trying to keep everything on a schedule and get you guys an episode a week. Now that summer's here and I got yard work and bike racing and all the other things that go on, and family, and sometimes it gets tough to get that time out in the shop to get just, the episode filmed and produced and edited. Even our production manager is tired. She's ready to go back outside. So thanks for being patient. Thanks for watching. If you like the videos we got going on here, please subscribe. Thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed already. We're over 50 subscribers now, which I know isn't a lot in the great scheme of things, but it's nice to see the subscriber count increasing, which means that people are enjoying what I'm doing here. So I'll keep making videos and keep working on these cars. It's good motivation for me to get out in the garage a little bit every week and work on something. I'm learning some editing skills, and I'm trying out a new camera, so hopefully the camera that I picked up is going to help increase the quality of some of the videos, give me a little more flexibility. I'm still going to use GoPro for some of my filming, but overall trying to improve the channel and make things better for you guys to watch. So that's where I'm at for this week, and thanks so much for watching, and until next week, make sure you get out there and work on something.